Before I start, I think it is good, it's necessary that this association congratulates Ms. Michelle Lee for her explosive action on the tracks and for that gold medal. Congratulations, madam. And I think it serves us good at this point in time for our upcoming female athletes. Trinidad and Tobago, we have not had a gold medal at all for female athletes, at least in the track and field arena, certainly in the athletics. And it's wonderful that that is taking place, so that the athletes are really and truly motivated to move forward. And we've just heard that Jaheim Richards is qualified for the 200 meters. Another female, Seymour Hackett, is also there. So I think we are starting this this launch and this track and field championships on a good note. Really significant motivating factors for athletes. And we should also recognize our crafter gold medalist, Savile Smith. I think he is at QRC at this point in time. Tariq Horsford and 3 Tobagonians who have done quite well. Janelle, what school is Tariq from?
Signal Hill.
Signal Hill. And also there are 2 new ones. There is Talena Murray and Vion Joseph, both from the same schools.
Talena Murray is at Signal Hill Secondary School, and Vion is at Pentecostal Light and Life Foundation.
Excellent. And this tells me that what allows for success is success. Success brings success. And since we have had that gold medal from Keishan Walcott at the Olympics, we have seen a rise in the movement of javelin in Trinidad and Tobago. And when we look at the comparison with our Jamaican brothers and sisters and the Jamaican youth, there is this big surge in javelin. And maybe this is an occasion for our youths to understand that you simply have to have that motivating factor in front of you, that inspiration to really bring out the amount of energies to train, because that is where it comes from. It comes from training and, of course, proper coaching. So congratulations to our crafter athletes. The road to the championships have been particularly long, and I would like the corporate Trinidad to understand this, that there were over 6,000 athletes from over 130 schools, secondary schools, participating in track and field in January for qualifications for our national finals. And I don't think any other sport has that amount of athletes and those amounts of schools participated. Even the world's most or best spectator sport, football, that is 6,000 students, 130 secondary schools. So therefore there is a lot of potential in relation to corporate Trinidad and Tobago making an impact for our youth, because that is why we are here. We are here to grow our youth so that they could achieve. And in track and field, we have seen Trinidad and Tobago has been able to do significant things with our gold medalists from the past. The finals will have just about 1,200 athletes from over 90 secondary schools. So we still have a lot of opportunities for corporate Trinidad and Tobago to get involved. The road was particularly long and bruising because of the economic situation in Trinidad and Tobago. We've been affected by low oil prices, and we were really wondering whether this national finals will take place. However, we must thank the Curriculum Department of the Ministry of Education. The Director, Mr. John Rupchan, is good. I'm going to say sidekick, but I'll say sidekick, if you don't mind. John Tasha, and John Tasha's sidekick, Sherry Slater, have been instrumental in really making proper statements to the Permanent Secretary that this sport must not be cancelled. It is the most significant development for our students, not only in athletics, but also in relation to their holistic development. That is a major reason that we're involved in this, another particular reason that we're involved in this. So the Permanent Secretary has been able to come up with some funds so that we can have this game taking place. And there have been other contributors. National Lotteries Control Board has assisted us. Blue Water continues to be our perennial partner, and we thank Blue Waters for that. Blue Waters have indicated that they would like to partner, where they are partnering with us for the next 6 years. Sunshine Snacks have also indicated that they want to be part of the process, and they are part of this championship. And we wait for SMJLU to say yes, and any other corporate sponsor out there. So because of the insistence of the curriculum department of the Ministry of Education and benefactors, NLCB, Blue Waters, and Sunshine Snacks, we're able to have these aims, and we are very, very, very happy about that. May I, at this point in time, thank all of the coordinators and the teachers from the zones, because they did this with, I believe, with money from their pockets. Many of them had cake sales, barbecues, and curricues, and all different things to ensure that the ambitions of our children could be realized in track and field. And I congratulate our coordinators and principals and teachers that have been part of this process. It is their continued resolve to ensure that everything that takes place in school redounds to the benefit of the students, and track and field is one such thing. And I'm very encouraged about that as a principal of a secondary school myself. My expectations for this sport is that we have a fantastic sport. I wish to thank the entries also at this point in time. And the thanks is in relation to ensuring that we have a properly sanctioned game, ensuring that the officiating is professional, and there will be no issues in relation to the type of races and types of events that we are having. Mr. Dilly Lucas has been appointed by the entries to ensure that we are properly sanctioned and that we follow the correct rules and organization for the sport, and I thank him for that. He's present at most meetings, and he's a man who's not afraid to talk and give advice, and we thank him for that. Very outspoken person, Mr. Dilly Lucas from Tobago, so thank you very much, sir, for that. And because of that, because of the entry is sanctioning, this sport should have been a qualifier for the Carifta Games. But because of the issues with finance, it has been postponed to April. Hopefully next year, it is again considered to be a qualifier for Carifta Games, and I dare say it will be. We have to ensure, however, that we put things in place that the sport comes out when it's supposed to come out. We are looking for athletes like our perennial athletes, like Patrice Richards will be appearing from Holy Faith Convent, Tyrell Edwards from Toko, Timothy Edwards from West Sydney. All of these actually have been successful at the Carifta Games. And there is another young athlete from Asja Tunapuna. I'm hearing great things about her. Her name is Afia Coral. So we're looking for these athletes, and I'm asking the people of Trinidad and Tobago, even though this sport is taking place during the day, from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock on the 19th and the 20th, take some time to come and visit the sport. Indeed, those that are in Port of Spain, when you finish work, simply come down in the afternoon. Work finishes at basically 4 o'clock. But you can ask your managers that you can leave early. Come down to see the sports, and some of the bigger races, the 100 meters, will be around that time. I am sure of that. So we expect to see them. Come and share with the youth so that they can actually do the great things that we expect that they could do. In relation to the schools, Toko Secondary has been the perennial champions. And from what I've heard, they are training hard, because last year Bishops from Tobago gave them a scare. And Toko is saying that this trophy remains with them in Toko. Toko is also concerned about San Ugandi Secondary, because San Ugandi Secondary came third last year. And after San Luis Secondary was Scarborough and Signal Hill. So the Tobago schools have done quite well. As a matter of fact, I think Tobago had about 9 medals in the Carifta Games. And of course, we have some top schools like St. Francis already participated, and their business will be to be the top female school. And also Fatima College in Karachi will be trying to ensure that they maintain their championship winnings in the boys division. So those are the kind of competitions that we expect. A very, very vigorous and serious competition will be taking place on the 19th and the 20th of April. What is the way forward? There has been concern regarding our showings at the last Carifta Games in Bahamas, which finished a short while ago. And if I were to read the results, you will understand where there is concern. Jamaica with 82 medals, 44 gold medals, 27 silver, 11 bronze. Bahamas with 35 medals in total. And Trinidad and Tobago with 70 medals, 4 golds, 6 silver, and 7 bronze. And one wonders the reason for this. Now, it may be that Jamaica has a particular culture that speaks track and field. Nowhere else in the world is there track and field like in Jamaica. There is nowhere in the world there's a championships as champs. When you go to school in Jamaica, they breathe, they talk, they dream track and field. In Trinidad and Tobago, we are a bit different. We are more concerned, I think, to a certain extent on football. However, I want to put a challenge to the principals of the secondary schools of Trinidad and Tobago that we put more effort in track and field. When we put that effort in track and field within our schools, the children will understand that it is an important aspect of our daily living. We need to ensure that our students understand that most of the success in sport that has arrived in Trinidad and Tobago has been in track and field. I will make that appeal directly to the Principals Association so that we could build that kind of culture in school. We have the clubs, yes, but we don't have that spirit of track and field, and I think that that will allow for a difference. We may never be like Jamaica because that culture is really enshrined in track and field. But at least if we put that kind of effort in track and field, that we put in academics and we put in football, there may be a difference. Our business is about the development of track and field in Trinidad and Tobago. And but we are schools, we are teachers, we are principals. And if that is our business, well, then we must come up with a plan that allows for that to take place. And therefore, I'm asking principals that in the development planning, that track and field development become part of that development plan for the school. It's important that our children grow up in an environment of success, because as I said before, success leads to success. There are other expectations in relation to the way forward. And if one were to look at the mission statement or part of the vision statement that speaks to professional sporting meets, and that is where we'll be working very closely with the entries again and the officials association to ensure that all our meets meet the expected standard. We are also looking to ensure that we have strategic alignments both globally and in Trinidad and Tobago. And those alignments are coming into fruition with our dealings with Blue Waters, our dealings with Sunshine Snacks, with all stakeholders, our dealing with the entries and the Principals Association. And we will continue to move in that direction in relation to building those necessary relationships to ensure that we meet our vision and statement. So that is it for me at this point in time. They have been a bit lengthy, but the basic thing is to invite you to come down to the Hasely Crawford Stadium on the 19th and 20th of April. coming from about 11 o'clock, and you're going to have a really, 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 really good time. And look at our future athletes and show. Thank you very much.